Your struggle is not a setback, it's where faith meets grace. What if your struggle isn't a setback, but an equation God is solving with grace? What if the pressure you feel right now is not proof that something is wrong with you, but evidence that God is working through a process you cannot yet see? We often assume struggle means delay. We think pain means punishment. We interpret resistance as rejection. But hear this clearly. Fear does not mean God has left. Fear often appears when we don't understand the process. When we cannot see the outcome, fear fills the gap. And that does not mean you are failing. It means you are walking by faith, not by sight. Many people pray, yet still struggle. Because prayer is not a magic escape. Prayer is partnership. Prayer aligns your heart with what God is doing, instead of forcing Him to remove every obstacle. Grace does not always change the situation immediately. Grace often strengthens the person inside the situation. Your struggle is not evidence of God's absence. It is evidence of God's purpose unfolding. If God removed every difficulty, you might reach the destination, but without the maturity to sustain it. So ask yourself today, what if this pressure is producing endurance? What if this delay is refining discernment? What if this rejection is preserving your future? What if this fear is teaching you dependence on God? God is not careless with pain. He is intentional. Right now, the equation may look confusing. The numbers may not seem to add up. But grace is working behind the scenes, balancing what you cannot yet understand. And when the solution is revealed, you will see that your struggle was not a setback. It was part of the answer. Here is where many believers misunderstand the process. We assume strength is the requirement for breakthrough. So we push harder. We try to endure more. And when we feel weak, we blame ourselves. But God never designed your life to run only on human strength. He designed it to run on grace. And grace is accessed by faith. Faith is not pretending you are strong. Faith is admitting that you are not, and trusting God anyway. Grace does not respond to effort alone. Grace responds to faith. This is why two people can face the same pressure. One collapses, the other endures. Not because one is stronger, but because one is leaning on grace instead of self.